Stop relying only on walking to train your balance. That sounds extreme, but if you're over 65 and you still believe that just walk more is enough to prevent falls, you might actually be increasing your fall risk instead of lowering it. After 60, your body enters a very special stage. Your vision gets weaker, your reaction time slows down, leg strength goes down, and more importantly, your sense of balance and body awareness quietly decline. Many studies show that every year, about 1/3 of older adults experience at least one fall, and a large number of those falls lead to fractures, hospital stays, or even losing the ability to live independently. That's why, when I work with older adults who walk every day, eat light, and really care about their health, I still hear the same things over and over. Feeling wobbly when turning around, needing to grab the handrail going downstairs, feeling scared of uneven ground, twisting an ankle easily or taking a very long time to recover after a fall. This is not their fault. This is biology at work. Walking is great for your heart and mood, but for your balance system, it is far from enough. What your body needs now is not just more steps, but the right kind of balance training, the kind of exercises that clearly tell your ankles, knees, hips, core, and brain, we still need you to work accurately. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 4 scientifically supported exercises inspired by Japanese longevity and balance training. These 4 movements are designed specifically for older adults to improve balance, reaction, and lower body control. You can do all of them in under 10 minutes a day, right at home, with just a stable chair or kitchen counter for support. No gym, no equipment. All you need to do is be willing to start today and give your brain and body a chance to relearn balance. After you watch, you can tell me in the comments which exercise you decided to start with. I will read every single one. The first exercise is called chair-assisted single-leg standing. The inspiration comes from a popular one-leg standing balance drill in many Japanese longevity communities. In Japan, this is not treated as just a simple stretch, but as a daily ritual and a way to test your body age. On the surface, it looks like you're just standing on one leg, but it is much more than a calf exercise. It's a window into how well your nervous system and lower body, especially your ankles, can finally control your weight. Many studies have found that how long a person can stand steadily on one leg is directly related to their future fall risk, brain health, and ability to walk independently. In other words, the time you can balance on one leg reflects how well your brain, inner ear, vision, and muscles work together. For many older adults, the problem with single-leg standing is not that the leg is useless, but that the brain is not receiving clear signals from the ground and is not reacting fast enough. Chair-assisted single-leg standing targets this exactly. It forces your ankles, lower legs, hips, and core to constantly make small adjustments in a controlled, relatively safe environment, reactivating the small muscles and neural pathways responsible for balance. Unlike casual walking, single-leg standing has no momentum and no automatic pilot. Every second you are having a direct conversation with gravity. This constant micro-adjustment of your center of mass is exactly what your body relies on when you slip a little, get nudged, or step on uneven ground in real life. Many older Japanese adults weave one-leg standing into ordinary daily moments like brushing their teeth, watching TV, or waiting for something to cook. They treat it as a small but meaningful daily ritual. You can hold onto a chair or counter, gently lift one foot, and start with 3 or 5 seconds. It is perfectly fine if you wobble. The wobbling itself is your nervous system learning. If you keep at it, over time this exercise will, at a cellular and neural level, teach your body again how to stay upright. It gives you an invisible but crucial layer of protection when you face uneven ground, stairs, or sudden turns. Even more importantly, when you notice that you can stand longer and steadier than last week, you'll say to yourself very clearly, I can still stand. I can still stay steady. The second exercise is a classic you see in many checkups and functional tests, repeated chair sit to stand. Its inspiration comes from Japanese fitness assessments for older adults, where standing up from a chair is used as a simple but powerful indicator. Here, we are turning that test into a daily training tool, not a one-time exam. It looks easy. Just stand up from a chair and sit back down. But for older adults, this is far more than a thigh exercise. Whether you can repeatedly stand up from a chair without using your hands is a very strong indicator of your leg strength, core control, balance, and heart-lung endurance. Many studies have already shown that not being able to complete a certain number of sit-to-stand repetitions within a short time is strongly linked to higher risk of future falls, hospitalization, and loss of independence. The moment you stand up from a chair, your ankles, knees, hips, and core all have to work together. Your center of gravity has to move from a low-seated position to a higher standing position smoothly. If your leg strength is low, your balance system is slow, or your core coordination is weak, you'll tend to pitch forward, lean back, or rely heavily on your hands. Over time, the more your hands do the work, the less your legs are used and the weaker they become. Repeated chair sit-to-stand training strengthens exactly this. Your ability to rise safely from a low position in the most everyday situation. Unlike purely machine-based leg training, this teaches you not just how to generate force, but how to keep your center of mass over your feet while you move, and how to line up your body from bottom to top. Culturally, many older adults in Japan see the ability to stand up steadily from a low chair or tatami as a symbol of dignity. It doesn't just mean they can still do housework, go out, and see friends. It also means they are not completely dependent on someone else pulling them up. Repeated chair sit-to-stand is an exercise that helps you protect that very real and very important sense of dignity. When you go from, I must push hard with my hands just to get up, to I can slowly stand up with less hand support, you will feel very clearly that you're not becoming more helpless. You're slowly taking your power back. The third exercise is the chair-supported backward lunge. It continues the reverse training concept we discussed before and is inspired by Japanese reverse direction balance training. Visually, it does not look complicated. You simply step one foot back and return to the starting position. But what it trains is a skill that most people have never really practiced, yet it's tested again and again in real-life falls. Most of the movements we do throughout life are forward, walking forward, going upstairs, pushing carts forward. But when people fall, the truly dangerous ones are often backward or sideways. Many older adults share similar stories. Stepping back one step to let someone pass and suddenly losing footing and falling backwards, or turning to the side in the kitchen, slipping and landing hard on their backside. Chair-supported backward lunges force your body to get used to moving in a direction you cannot directly see. You hold on to the back of a chair with one hand, keep your torso upright, stand with one leg stable, and slowly step the other leg backward. Let the toe touch the ground, gently bend the knee, then use the front leg to push yourself back to the center. During this process, your hips, hamstrings, calves, and the soles of your feet are learning how to keep your balance when your center of gravity shifts backward. Your body awareness system is practicing how to stay in control even when your weight moves behind you. Research keeps reminding us that backward and sideways training is especially important for preventing falls, because many serious fractures happen in those sudden slips or sudden backward steps that the body wasn't prepared for. If all you ever do is move forward, then when something unexpected happens behind you, your body has no practice strategy. But if you have trained backward stepping, when you meet an obstacle, get a light bump, or need to step back to give way, you are much more able to use one small backward step to save yourself, instead of freezing or crashing down. In some Japanese longevity communities, balance classes include slow backward walking and backward steps as a regular part of training. They call this reverse progress. On the surface, you're moving backwards, but in reality, you're teaching your nervous system how to adjust and recover in uncertainty. Every intentional backward lunge you perform is a rehearsal for that real-life moment when you unexpectedly have to step back. The fourth exercise is lateral stepping for balance. It is adapted from side-walking training used in many Japanese rehab centers for older adults. If single-leg standing is a test of static balance and backward lunges train front-to-back control, then lateral stepping builds your left-right safety net. Fall statistics show that many serious falls in older adults don't happen because they trip head-on. Instead, they fall while turning sideways, stepping over objects on the floor, or getting bumped gently from the side. Sideways falls are especially likely to lead to hip fractures, because the body hits the ground from the side with almost no room to cushion the impact. The key of lateral stepping is to teach your hip abductors, lower legs, and core to quickly take over the job of stabilizing you when your body moves to one side. You can stand up straight holding onto a chair or counter. Place your feet hip-width apart, then slowly step one foot out to the side. Let the whole foot land firmly, and then bring the other foot in to meet it, returning to the original stance. It looks like simple side shuffling, but when you deliberately slow it down, keep your upper body upright, and ensure each foot lands solidly, your body is building a very important reaction pattern. In real life, when you catch your foot on something to the side, your brain will more quickly think, step sideways again to catch balance, instead of letting you tip over in that direction. On the cultural side, many Japanese senior exercise classes use music to guide large and small side steps. Participants constantly experience the feeling of step out, then stabilize. In their eyes, the willingness to step sideways is not just a movement, it is an attitude about adjusting yourself when life becomes uncertain. As you get better at lateral stepping, you'll notice that in narrow hallways, crowded supermarkets, or slightly uneven park paths, you feel less nervous. Your body now has the confidence to say, I can just slide one step over and still stay steady. Before you start any new exercise program, especially balance training, it is extremely important to listen to your body and your doctor. These 4 exercises were designed with safety and practicality for most adults over 65 in mind, but that does not mean they are suitable for everyone. If you've recently had joint replacement or major surgery, if you have severe knee arthritis, very unstable ankles, frequent dizziness, or your doctor has warned you that you're at high risk of falling, or if you are in active rehab, the safest approach is to talk to your doctor or physical therapist first and ask them to help you adjust the range and support you use. For most others, there are a few simple but very important rules that can make your balance training safer and more effective. First, always train in an environment where you have something to hold on to. A chair, kitchen counter, or wall are all great helpers. Do not practice balance on slippery floors, narrow spaces, or cluttered areas. Move anything that you could trip over out of the way, so you know that if you feel unsteady, you can grab support with just one reach. Second, start with very small amounts of time and very few repetitions. For single leg standing, start with 3 seconds. For chair sit to stand, start with just 2 or 3 repetitions. For backward and sideways steps, start with 1 or 2 careful steps. The goal is not to do a lot at once. The goal is to give your brain and body time to adapt to this new challenge and then gradually increase over the next few weeks. Third, focus on the quality of each movement, not the speed or how many you did. When standing, make sure your feet are firmly planted and your body is aligned before lifting a foot. When standing up from a chair, feel the pressure under your feet before you rise. For every backward or sideways step, aim for a stable foot landing and then move your center of gravity. Fourth, mild muscle fatigue or feeling not used to it is normal in training, but sharp pain, chest tightness, palpitations, dizziness, or feeling faint are warning signs you must not ignore. If you experience any of these, stop right away, sit down, or hold on to something solid, and contact your doctor if needed. The goal of balance training is never to grit your teeth and push through at all costs. The goal is to gradually expand the safe range your body can handle. The real core of these exercises is not to turn you into an athlete who can do complicated moves. It's to teach you, step by step, how to use your body more intelligently. Every intentional second of single leg standing, every controlled chair rise, every stable backward and sideways step you do is adding one more layer of protection and confidence for your future self. Most importantly, you need a gentle but firm mindset about all this. You are not competing with your younger self, and you are not competing with anybody else's walking speed or standing time. What you are doing is rebuilding. This rebuilding happens in your muscles, but also in your brain and your heart. The few minutes of focused effort you put in today are an investment in many years of steadier walking, more confident outings, and more freedom in your daily life. After 65, the most valuable strength and balance training is not about how much you can lift or how fast you can run in the gym. It's about whether you're willing to use these small, consistent daily habits to earn more safety and independence for yourself. These 4 exercises you learned today may look simple, but behind them is a huge amount of research on falls, fractures, and independence, plus decades of practical experience. They challenge not just your muscles, but gently challenge your brain too. They ask, when the environment is unstable, when the ground is uneven, when your body is no longer as fast as it used to be, can you still use trained balance and reaction to turn danger into something manageable and turn "I must be held" into "I can still hold myself up"? In Japanese longevity culture, people often say you should give yourself a reason to get out of bed in the morning. For many long-lived elders, these simple balance exercises are part of that reason. They are not just physical tasks, but a deep, personal, emotional promise to themselves. They say, I care about this body. I care about staying independent. I am not done yet. No matter how many years you haven't exercised regularly, no matter if you have fallen before and still feel scared or guilty, no matter how little confidence you currently have in your legs, none of these are reasons to give up. You can start with one exercise. Start with one 3-second chair-assisted single-leg stand. Start with one deliberate sit to stand without pushing hard on your knees. Start with one very small backward or sideways step. You do not need to do everything in one day. You do not need to be perfect right away. You just need to make today's version of you a bit more willing to say hello to the ground than yesterday, and give your body one more chance to adapt and learn. I invite you, after watching, to leave a comment below and tell me which exercise you plan to start with, or how you feel after practicing them for a while. That one short sentence might be encouragement for someone else, and for you, it becomes an important record of your first step. Before you leave, I also want to encourage you to keep exploring. On the screen, you'll see more exercises inspired by Japanese longevity and balance training. They have already helped many older adults around the world become stronger, more stable, and more independent. These moves are simple and solid, but they carry a power that goes far beyond appearances. They might be exactly what your body has been waiting for. Take your time browsing. Find the exercise that feels most in tune with you. Remember, you don't need to move fast, and you don't need to do everything perfectly. You only need to be willing to begin. And if no one has said this to you seriously today, let me say it here. You are steadier and stronger than you think.